Hello, everyone, and welcome to Healy for Beginners and Beyond for Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. I'm your host, Jake Barron, Head of Operations for the Americas for Healy World. And I have my amazing co-host, Ken Close, that's going to be helping out as well as we take just a comprehensive overview of everything new related to this amazing new Analylse 2 app. And also, we have Anthony from our tech support team helping out in the chat. So if you have any questions, he'll be assisting along the way as well. For those of you that have never, actually, this is the first time we've ever had live translation for this call into Spanish. So thank you, everyone that's been joining this call for the first time. So happy to have you all participate on this call. This is it's been a huge week, the Analylse 2 app, one of our two core apps here at Healy World. And the launch of this new app, has been years in the making. And, it's such an important app. It's so powerful. And, really overall, just wanted to make it easier to use for everybody. From when you first join Healy, just picking up and getting started, just a much better overall user experience, so everyone can fully utilize all the powerful features in this new app. So we're going to take you today and just kind of highlight some of the key pieces that you need to know first for anyone that's coming from the old Analylse app to the new Analylse app. And then also some of the things to keep in mind for the future as well. Again, there's a whole lot to cover today. We're going to get through all of that. But then as we go later this month, we're going to have another Healy for Beginners and Beyond just on the Analylse app. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper into each of the sections, from the Aura module to the coaching module to the residence module. But this is going to be a great start for everybody. And ask questions. Typically on this call we follow a set agenda, but we have a lot of help on this call today. So we're going to try to answer as many questions as we can in the chat as well. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Really looking forward to this year. So we're going to start. For anyone that's participated in the beta, a lot of us have been using this new Analylse 2 app since the beginning of this year. So we're a little bit more familiar with some of the features, but just anything to keep in mind if you were part of beta, if there's anything you need to do before you're moving on to live. And then we'll discuss a little bit this new single sign-on process. Of course, what everyone wants to know, how do you migrate data from the old app to the new app, and what data you can and cannot transfer. The new app manual, it's always good to read through the new app manual, especially when it's a brand new product, brand new app itself. So we're going to show you there's 3 different ways that you can actually access that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the new Analylse 2 app plan options that go into effect on October 1st. The advanced settings, that's question has come up actually quite a bit, even during the beta testing. So we'll go through that. Accessing the demo mode is a little bit different from the old Analylse app, the Blue Dot app, versus this new one. And then we're just going to highlight, some of the key differences also between the two apps. And we're going to share we have a lot of screenshots to share. And then we're actually going to go connect and do a little bit of a live demo as we walk through some of these new features. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to hold on a second here. I gotta bring this other control back up. Okay, so first things first, how do you download it? So 2 options here. We got convenient QR codes for anyone that has not downloaded it yet. If you're on Apple, scan the one on the left. If you're on Android, scan the one on the right. It'll take you right to the download page to download the new Analylse 2 app. If you don't want to use the QR codes, or if you don't have your phone handy, you can just when you go to the app stores, just type in HealAdvisor Analyse 2 or just Analylse 2. It'll come up. You just want to look for the one that has this logo here, the nice sort of Healy, the new icon there as well. So that's that's step one. It's a pretty simple process, but if you have any difficulties, if you haven't done it yet, do it right now while we're on this call, and we might be able to help you out as we go. So, as I mentioned, a lot of us have been on the live, or sorry, the beta test for quite a while now. So this is, I just wanted to highlight this because if you're on beta, you don't actually have to leave the beta to use the new app. So you can continue to stay on the beta version, and as new updates are released, you would actually be the first one to get it because it gets released for the beta group first. So that's really the only advantage to being on the beta. You can leave the beta and not worry about it again. That's perfectly fine. But you'll see here on the far left, this is what I was in the beta group. So you'll see that if you're on the Apple platform, the iOS, test flight is what's used for the beta version. A lot of us that are on Apple, we had to download test flight, and then the app would open up inside of test flight itself. But you'll see I went to download the new app, and it says, this is already installed, view it in test flight. Then on the right here, you'll see in my test flight, I have still the beta versions of the Healy 2 app, otherwise, the new Pink Dot app, and then also the Analylse 2 app. And then I actually I installed the production version, the live version of the Analylse 2 app. And then you'll see here, when I went back to my beta version, I said, oh, well, I want to put the beta version back on. You can just open up test flight again, click install, and it will install that beta version back onto your device. But just keep in mind, certain data could be lost during that process. That's this message over here on the right. But keep in mind, there's only one cloud now, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the different plan options as far as beta versus production. It all speaks to the same account that you have there. So just keep in mind, if you are on beta, there's not necessarily anything you need to do as far as leaving it or joining the new one, that kind of thing. It's just pretty simple process along the way there. And then for those of you that weren't part in beta, maybe this is the first time that you've actually seen this, but this new single sign-on process. So you download the app, that's the far screen on the left, agree to the terms and conditions, and then it actually takes you to a separate page. It's not within the app itself. It's an external page. It'll display within the app, but it's not actually built into the app. It's the new single sign-on process for all of Healy that's being rolled out across all of our platforms, from back office to shop to academy, to where once you're logged into one of them, you don't have to keep logging in each time you want to access one of those different things. So it's convenient, but it's just keep that in mind. It looks a little bit different than what you might be used to in the past. And then also, after you on the far right here, you'll see after you type in your username and password, this is part of the verification process that was put into place many months ago now, actually. But rather than a master key, which people have asked about, do I need a master key for this new app? No, the master key is gone. It's not coming back. This new 6-digit verification code is the process going forward, but it's actually going to email you a 6-digit code to the email address on file that you have on file with Healy. And then after you do that, you pull up your email address, and then you just come back to your app, type in the code, and then from there you're good. That's how it's verifying that it's you. And then after it does that is when it's going to then pull down all the data from your cloud. So any data that you have is stored in there. If you were to install the Analylse app on a new device as well, say you installed it on an iPad, you normally use your iPhone, you got an iPad, you install it there, it would be the same process. You would install the app, sign in on this new device there, and then it would send the verification code. And then you'd have all the data that you've been using on your iPhone, you would have it all in the Analylse app on your iPad or whatever device that you are moving over to. So it's a simple process once you get used to it. Just wanted to have all the screenshots available for everybody, so you're not like, oh, what was that? What did I do that again? So again, after you log in, when you first log into the Analylse app, the new Analylse app, the Analylse 2 app for the first time, you're not going to have any data in there, no clients, no anything like that. the first thing it actually asks you to do is set up yourself um, as a client. We're going to show a little bit later the differences in the display of the client view in the old app versus how things are in the new app. But it's going to ask you to set up yourself as basically the owner of that particular app. But after you do that, you're going to see this process where there'll be a banner at the top of the screen, and it's going to ask you if you want to migrate your clients from the HealAdvisor Analyse app, the original app, into the new one. If you don't have any clients in the old app, then it's not going to ask you to do it, but most of us do have that. So you'll have the opportunity to migrate all those into here. And it's a one-time opportunity though. So if you migrate clients from the old to the new, and then you say for some reason you were adding more clients to the old app after that process, there's no way to migrate those additional clients that you added back over to the new app. So once you do this migration, any new clients that you put in, you're certainly going to want to keep them in this new app going forward, so they don't get lost in the process there. And also, important note, it's only the clients that are going to be migrated from the old app to the new, not the list and that kind of history like that. So you're starting fresh as far as lists go, but at least you can have, a lot of us have a ton of clients in that app. So this is certainly a convenient feature not to have to be able to type all that information back in there. So try it out. If you get stuck, try it out on this call. If you haven't, we can help you out here. And then also our tech support team can help out as well and assist. Actually, I have one more slide here that kind of shows a little bit different view. I took this from my app a little while ago while we were doing the beta test, but you'll see at the top here, you got the little blue banner, and it asks you if you want to do that. If you click on migrate now, then the screen's going to pop up and ask you if you do for sure want to migrate or don't. And then you click migrate, it's just going to take those clients and pull those into the new app here, and see it's a pretty quick process. I mean, it depends on how many actual clients you have, but overall it's pretty quick. Ken, have you gone through this process yet on yours?
I have, and I've got, I don't know, I have dozens of clients, and this is way faster. I remember the older system, how that download took a while, but it's really fast. And I like the fact that you got little thumbnails of the pictures of each person, each client. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we have clients there, and then, as I mentioned earlier, there's 3 ways to actually access this Analylse 2 app manual. So after you're logged in, if you just click on Settings in the bottom right here, and then you go to Manual, you see you can actually open up this within the app itself. You can view it right there conveniently in the app, or alternatively, you can go to the download section of back office, just select manuals from that type selection at the top there. And it's the first thing that comes up is the HealAdvisor app manual there. And then also the third way you can access the manual is actually in Academy. So if you go to academy.healy.world, you'll see here, there's a bunch of videos, which I'll talk about. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So there's a whole new series of videos available in Academy, but right now they're all in German. So for a lot of us on this call here in the Americas, it might not be too much help. It's all visual though, so you can kind of see what's going on. So we'll get an update as far as when those will be available in English or in Spanish or with subtitles additionally as well. But below the videos in the Analyze app section of Academy, you'll see there's a download section, and you can download the app right there as well. So 3 ways to do it. And definitely, but for those of us that are going through this app for the first time, it's worth just reviewing the manual, kind of make sure you don't forget anything, or you realize what all these different things indicate. But the new videos, and again, they'll be available at some point in the near future in English and Spanish, but they're excellent as far as showing all the different features. A lot of the things that I'm showing on this call today are explained in those videos in detail as well. So looking forward to making those available on a wider scale here in the near future. So moving over to the Analylse 2-app plan option. So the awesome news for all of us on this call, anybody that is a Healy World member or customer that already has the Analylse app is going to get the professional plan for free for life. So you'll see here, this is displayed in US dollars, but it's just over a $200 value per year. So that's a tremendous value going forward. And that's for all of our existing members and customers that have the Analylse app, but also anybody that joins in the month of August, the month of September, that purchases a residence addition or higher is also going to get that professional plan for life. So if you have anyone you've been talking to and they've been thinking about getting a Healy, but they were waiting around, whatever the reason, certainly reach back out to them and let them know that now is the time to become a member or a customer here at Healy, because this professional plan is for life. And this question, how do you retrieve professional? You don't have to do anything. If you're an existing member or customer, you don't have to do anything at all. You'll automatically have this access going forward. And you'll see here, this is effective October 1st. So effective October 1st, even October 1st, all new members or customers will also be given a professional plan to try out for 6 months for free. So everyone will have that access there. And then after that, they can choose to continue on the professional plan for the fee, or maybe they don't need all the features of the professional. Maybe they don't need unlimited data history or unlimited clients. So they could just do the friends and family plan, which is, it's only $50 per year. Maybe they don't even need that one. Maybe they just want the free plan. Maybe they just have a handful of clients and they don't need some of these other features or as lengthy of a access to the history of the data. So you can pick the free plan as well. But this for everyone on this call, this professional plan for free for life. So tremendous value there. And then everyone starting October 1st, 6 months for free for the professional. Then you can choose after that which plan you want to continue with. So yeah, certainly a great opportunity and a great reason to follow up with anybody that's been considering purchasing a Healy device. Okay, so this is one section here in the advanced settings. We've had some people, myself included at one point, that were using the beta version of the app, and we were like, why can you no longer sort the entries, or why can't you edit the entries or add a new entry or select the number of results or edit that? And that's because in the current app, they're sort of built into these different sections, but in the new one, we move that into a separate section in the settings. Within settings, there's an advanced settings. And you'll see here on the right, you just go to settings and then advanced settings. And then from there, you can pick, if anyone's been going through the beta and wondering why they couldn't edit or add an entry, go to the advanced settings and make sure that those two things are enabled there as well, because by default, they're all off. So you actually have to go into the advanced settings, check the box or click the box to make sure that they're all enabled, or whichever ones you want to have enabled, and then go from there. And you'll see here on the next screen here, so basically the highlighted parts in red here, where it says add entry, order by, and edit, if you don't have those enabled in advanced settings, they're not going to show up. And Ken, remember this? I think it came up this week on Tech Tip Tuesday, right? Someone asked about the ability to edit entries, and why is that not included in the free plan? And for most people, the majority of members and customers that use the Analylse app don't ever touch these features. They're there, but for somebody brand new, it kind of adds to the complexity. Well, what is the benefit to sorting by this or sorting by this, or when would I want to add an entry, or when would I want to edit an entry? So it's something that that's why it is an advanced feature, because you don't necessarily to get the most out of your Healy device. Most people, they're fine just using it as is without modifying all these things, because it's so powerful, really as is, without even adding all these advanced settings. So without it enabled, it's kind of a cleaner picture because you don't have these other boxes and things. It's just, here's the results, here's what you need to focus on there. But Ken, anything to add on to as far as trying to keep things simple for, you don't need to know all these features to have a great experience with the Analyze app.
That's been that's why Tech Tip Tuesday still exists, because we had the complexity and people are diving into those more complex analysis and those edits. But no, it's a very good idea to keep things turned off. The default mode being these settings being off, and then you can dive into things you want instead of having more questions on these settings in the very beginning. This is a great idea, and being able to tailor this is this is really cool, especially when we're working with other people, brand new people. When we know, say as a sponsor, that when one of our people get a device, it's going to be in its simplest form, and we're probably going to have a lot less questions from them when they start to operate the system. So this is a great idea. I like it.
Yeah, there was a question here. How did I get this screen to pop up? The one on the right is from actually doing an aura scan. So this isn't, I didn't click on something in advanced settings and then this popped up. This is showing when you enable some of these things in advanced settings, what actually then displays while you're with whether it's the coaching module or the aura module. We'll show a little bit more about that in a little bit later on some of the different screenshots we have there. So
there's also some
this is another big thing that we wanted to point out on this call. A lot of us have been going through, as I mentioned, the beta app for several months now, and we've sent feedback, and a lot of the things that we've sent feedback on have been incorporated into the most recent version of the app. But this app is brand new still. Yes, it's been in beta for several months, but this version here is the first live version of this app. And there's, as you're going through it, if you see things that hey, I wish we had this feature, or I really wish we could do this here or this there, send us feedback. Go to the settings, click at the bottom right of the screen, and then within there's a send feedback, and then within the feedback section you can pick, is it a problem, is it an idea, is it just general feedback, but put in the comments there, and it'll go right to our product team. And since this is a brand new app, you're going to see a lot of updates as we go. It's not like this is going to be, this is the app and this is it for the next year. No, there'll be updates along the way as we learn from it and get feedback. So feel free to put that information in here, send that feedback in, and always looking to improve. This app is a huge improvement over the old Analylse app. This is years in the making, what we have here, but we're always want to get better. This isn't like we're stopping. It's, we're going to continue to add, continue to improve the features and make it easier to use as well.
Jake, I want to add something too, that there's some questions in the comment or in the chat there about the professional version versus some of the others. Now, when Jake's talking about the professional version of this app, it's not exactly the same as professional version of the Healy. So the professional version of this app it applies to anything that would have the resonance or the aura module. So in other words, like we're looking at these various plans, and there is that one that we've been used to hearing the word professional and it being associated with a Healy edition. But in the app itself, it has different editions as well, or levels, I guess you might say.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, because we have the Healy Professional Edition, we have the Mag Healy Professional now, and then we have this professional plan that is specific to the Analylse 2 app. So basically, as some of you may know, whether you have a Residence Edition, a Residence Plus, or Professional Edition, the database in the Analylse app is the same as far as what you can access. It's one database there. So this is the professional, especially the professional plan or professional access to the certain cloud features, cloud storage, that kind of thing. So that's an important thing to keep in mind, especially if you're also talking to people about maybe buying a Healy Professional, or this comes with a professional plan, or what exactly that means. So it's all new, but we'll get used to it and find the best way to talk about it going forward for sure. Demo mode. This is something else we wanted to point out. As you saw, actually right here, the second to left here, after you set up your account, actually I should have had these reversed, but it's fine. But there's a demo mode. So rather than sign in and click all the terms and conditions, click on the demo icon at the top right. And then it's going to take you straight into demo mode, which is this screen right here. And then you'll see at the top here, it says you are in demo mode. Your data will expire in 5 days. So this is meant to be used for a maximum of 5 days. You click OK. The next day, if you were to come back into this feature, it would be 4 days and then 3 days and that kind of thing. So it's very easy to do. It's very clean. But as soon as you log into demo mode, it's going to ask you to set up your account because there's no data in there. You have to put someone's information in there. But it's simple to do. It's very straightforward. But the question we get a lot is, I got into demo mode, but how do I get out of demo mode? So same thing. So the top left of your screen there, you'll see in the demo, there's an icon. If you have your photo in there, you'll see your picture in the top left of the screen. This one doesn't have one in there right now, so it's just a sort of a silhouette of a person. But you basically go to your account. You can also just go to settings and go to your account, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see log out demo mode. So just look for that. That will take you out of demo mode. And then when you want to use the Healy device for yourself again, you just have to log back in on your account and go through that same process that you did earlier. So, and yeah, you can just begin again. There's no limit on the number of demo modes you can do. You can just start it again if you want to hold on to it longer than 5 days.
So remember, guys, what Jake's saying there is that if you're not actually logged in when you first open this app, when you don't actually log in at the bottom of the screen, and whenever whenever the system is not associated with a specific member, then that demo mode appears kind of as a default, right? And you can sign into demo mode. So you're essentially signing in, but this is done before you sign in as you.
Basically, yeah. So to get to demo mode, you first have to log out. That's a good point there. So if you're in your account, you're using your account. Okay, I want to loan this Healy to something, whatever. Same thing. Go to settings, go to my account or your account, scroll down to the bottom, click log out, and then when you open the app again, you'll be able to click that demo button at the top right, and then go into demo mode, and then do the same thing to log out. So
yeah.
Yep. The demo mode, it's a great feature. Now that was added, what, a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago now, maybe, but it's a really great feature for anyone wanting to try that out. So, and Ken, this, I think most people have probably realized this already, but for a lot of people, if the new app could only do this, it would have been worth coming out with a brand new app, right?
Yeah, huge benefit right here. Where remember, and you're running an analysis, and then you're running some of the vibrate mode, and you're running the resonance app, and then suddenly you get a phone call or something on your device, or you want to oh my gosh, I had a question, you want to go and research it, and you're kind of hostage to the app. You don't want to get out of it because you don't want to stop things. Well, this was definitely a huge amazing move right here.
Yeah, it's a favorite new feature for sure, because a lot of us got standalone devices just because of the fact that you couldn't minimize it and run it in the background or lock your screen because it would stop. So, everyone can, still great to have a standalone device specific for your Healy apps and stuff like that, but you can lock it, you can move it to the background. As long as you just can't hard close the app. The app still needs to be open at somewhere on your smart device. But yeah, for a lot of us that maybe run programs overnight and that kind of thing, this is definitely a great feature. And not have to worry about covering the screen because it's lit up or whatever, all the things that kind of had to deal with before. So yeah, for those of you that didn't realize that, try it out. Start a program, start vibrating it, then open up something else, take a phone call, send a text message, and go back to it, and you'll see that it had continued to run while it was in the background there. So
And remember
yeah.
what Jake said, that so don't hard close the app. And if you don't know what that means, look it up on YouTube as to how to hard close, or what hard close means for your Apple device or your Android device. But if you don't hard close the app, then it's going to continue to run in the background. If you hard close the app, you'll see that it'll disconnect from your Healy hardware and you'll have to start over.
Yeah, there's a good comment in the chat here. Yeah, if the cell phone turns off, yeah, the Bluetooth's going to be disabled at that point. So yeah, you will lose connection there. So the phone has to remain on. So if your phone is low on battery or something, you're going to want to be charging your phone to make sure it doesn't do that if you're running a vibration for a long period of time. But yeah, it's like the Pink app, but also not like the Pink app as far as you in the Healy app, or the new Pink app, whatever you want to call it. That one, you can actually hard close the app and the program will continue to run until it's complete. You've disconnected via Bluetooth, but on the Healy device itself is continuing to run. That's not the case with the new Analylse app. You still need it to be connected, so you can't hard close the app, but you can. It's almost just as convenient to be able to just run it in the background like that. So certainly, again, a favorite new feature.
The reason that, by the way, that this Analylse app needs to stay connected to the Healy hardware in real time is because it's actually interfacing with the quantum sensor between the client and the field, or the content of the data. And so it's interfacing in real time, unlike the Pink Dot app or the microcurrent app, where it loads the entire program onto the Healy hardware and then functions in its entirety for that program with or without the app. This system isn't quite the same because it requires the utilization of that quantum sensor and the interface with the information field. So, which is really cool, by the way, and when you understand how it's quantum entangled between the client and the information field, and Healy being the bridge to build that bond.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you've logged in, you've downloaded the new app, you've logged into the new app, maybe you tried out demo mode, you've migrated some clients. One of the first things you'll notice in the new Analylse app is that you have your own section. So you're not mixed in with all the clients as sort of another client. This is your app. That's why it says me. You see on the right side here, this is me. This is me. You put your information in there. You have your own section, your own history, separate from your clients, which is great. It's a great way to kind of segment it, because it just makes sense that this is kind of like the home screen for you, and then you have your clients separated out as well. So that's a much different view from when you first start. And then from there, of course, you can pick the modules, or you can go straight to your history. But the modules are different now as well. Rather than resonance analysis, them all being listed in one section, you have the resonance analysis, which are all the Healy program groups. So all the programs that are in the Healy app, all the microcurrent programs, those are all in that resonance section. Then you have a resonance section for the Mag Healy program groups right below it. And then you have a resonance section for the database analysis. So the Alaskan gem elixirs and all that kind of stuff are all in their separate section there. And then, of course, we have the Aura module and the Coach module there as well. So that's one difference as well, a little bit easier as far as organization goes. And then you'll see here, as I mentioned, clients are in a separate section. You see I have on the new app, I put my, it's pet month right here at Healy. So I got my two dogs listed here, Charlie and Lexi. They're the models for today's episode here. But you'll see here, we have the clients in a separate section, and then you can sort them by list, or you can just show them like this graphically with the pictures here. And then you can go to your clients and you can edit their profile. You can just, from here, you can do an analysis, or you can look at their history. On the far right, you'll see this is what the history looks like that as well. You can scroll from week to week, or if you click on it, we'll show this a little bit, but you can scroll down to whatever date or year possible there too. So let's see here. Yeah, so Ken, I know you love this new feature here as part of the Analyze app. Just as I said at the beginning of the call, making it easier for someone to just pick up a Healy, download the app, and get started, and actually know what all this stuff means. Because to the average person, they see a target 93%, and then a clock or something, and then what does that, what does this mean? So the fact that you can click on each of these things and it tells you, okay, what is the relevance parameter? What is the intensity parameter? What is the potency parameter? Is a huge help. It's not paragraphs long of information, but it gives you a general overview of that there too. So
Yeah.
Ken,
Oh, it's great. I love it. It's such an expandable feature, and it's right there on the app. So you don't have to go and, I mean, everybody's probably seen the chart and the little deciphering little file that people keep around for being able to decipher all.
Yeah,
But
this is a good help. There's certainly you can do your own research and go even deeper into some of this stuff, but in general, just having that there is a huge help. And then I also highlighted too, anywhere you see those three dots, it pulls up a little pop-up menu. You'll see here, this is for the coaching module. You can see there's more info. You can show the coaching wheel. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You can export the PDFs here. That was one of the features during beta that actually wasn't available for till near the end of the beta testing. That export wasn't ready yet, but it is there now. And you'll see here also the edit option here from within the individual sections, and that has to be enabled from the advanced settings that we talked about earlier to be able to edit those entries there. Yeah, so that was how the info boxes look on the coaching module. This just shows how this looks on the aura module. Similar thing as far as relevance, intensity, potency, and the ability to edit as well. You can, of course, add entries and sort also in this section too.
I did see a comment in there. Someone said that they couldn't export the PDF in the aura module. So I would suggest you can try it again, making sure also you're connected. If you're trying to export a PDF, do you have enough memory on your smart device to be able to do that function? That's another thing that people run out of memory. And then these files are kind of big, some of these files. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, and then, as I mentioned earlier, rather than all the databases being in one section, from Healy to all the different unique databases and the Healy program, they're all separated out, which is kind of a cool feature. It's easier to follow there. You'll see here, these are all the Healy app program databases. And I mentioned, Alaskan gem elixirs, Australian bush flowers, all that, those different programs, different databases are listed there as well. It's just so clean to look at, compared to that. And then this is one of there's so many favorite features, right? But this is one of my favorite features for somebody that's not really familiar with what these other types of databases are. Coming to Healy, I've been with Healy for over 2.5 years now. I had no idea what Alaskan gem elixirs were or Bach flower remedies. And in the old app, you had to go do your own research to be able to kind of, okay, what is that? What does this mean? That kind of thing. So now if you click on, back on this other slide, if you click on the database, you can actually get more information on them, and it tells you the description, kind of what they're used for, not just for those databases, but also the regular Healy app programs as well. So love this. Again, it's so visually appealing. It's just nice to look at. So it's, big improvement. Check it out. And just when you're going through the app, just click on everything. When you're going through there, you might not even realize, okay, oh, well, if I click on this pops up, or this pops up. Just kind of go through it. You won't break anything. So It's very, very cool new features throughout the whole thing. And this one, um, here, Ken, how many times on one of our tech calls have we had, not as much recently, but in general, in the history of Healy, what is Healy doing with my fingerprint? Or why does Healy need my fingerprint? That was never, we were never collecting fingerprint data or anything like that. It was just to hold your focus, your intention on the analysis that's being run right there. So you're not, just running this in the middle of traffic and rush hour or whatever. And well, you shouldn't be doing this while you're driving anyway. I shouldn't say that, but distracted at home or whatever. You'll see now, rather than the fingerprint on there, it just says, please hold your focus strong and stable during the analysis. At the end, you'll hear a sound if your mobile device is not muted. So again, very easy. You just click start analysis, it'll go through it. I know we'll probably have a couple questions here in the chat come up. How do I mute the sound? Right now, there's not an option right now to turn off the sound. But yet again, I know that's one of the things, there's been feedback on that. I know a lot of people have put in some feedback via the app as far as, hey, can we please get the option just to disable that sound? If you have your phone on silence, it won't come on. And I actually have my phone usually on silent too, so I don't really hear it. But if you do have it on, you'll hear a sort of a chime sound at the end. So yeah, it's a different process. No longer have to put anything on the screen. You just click start analysis and go from there. But the point is still you need to be focused at the time that you're doing this analysis. So, okay, let's see what we got next here. Oh, yeah, coach module. This is, I think, as far as ease of use, the changes to the coach module, I think might be the biggest change of how things are displayed, because the coach module is so much information and so much customizations that you can do, that the fact that it kind of guides you through the whole process now. And you'll see you can enter your focus manually, or there's pre-populated ones that you can pick from as well. There's several that you can scroll through. And then also the information that comes up. And then again, the pop-ups, the information about the different sections. What is a present and desired states? What exactly does that mean? It explains these things throughout the app while you're using it. So again, this part here, this I love this. I think everyone loves this new coaching wheel because it's so easy to see what you need to work on. If it's green and it's all the way out to the edge, you're doing pretty good in that particular area. And it'll automatically pick the ones that you're the lowest on here. You'll see that's how it's represented here as well. And you can pick more than one if you want to before you click continue. So it's very easy going from just numbers and text and data to just visualize this on a wheel. So I love that as well. So we'll talk more about the coaching module in some future trainings for sure. But moving on to the aura module. So see here kind of just the differences as far as the main screen, as far as the visualization of the colors here around the picture of how that looks. And then again, it's just a little bit cleaner looking, of course. And then on the next screen here, again, as you're doing the analysis, it's very cool because the ones that you've selected, there's the check, it goes and analyzes those, and it shows the ones where it's completed, put a check mark by it, and then the one that's highlighted is actually the one that's being analyzed at that time. And then on the next screen, you can see it'll come through with all the different results as well to show you the percentages. And then also, if you're going through this and you're like, well, what, this here is where you can edit the number of results if you've enabled the advanced settings. But you might have seen some of these terms. You say rigor, what does that mean? Chaos, what does that mean? So and you'll see here on the right side, if you click on those, again, click on everything. If you're not sure what it is, just click on it, see what happens. Something might pop up. But yeah, you click on rigor and it explains The chakra coherence indicates how much the respective chakra deviates from the balanced happy medium in the information field. A deviation into the positive means an excess of order. This can manifest itself, for example, in being stuck with an emotion for a long time, emotional rigidity, so to speak. So it's great. It's easy to understand. It's in words that everyone can understand. And it just, again, it guides you through this whole process, and it just gives you such relevant information now on this particular thing. And then, again, there's a ton of information still available there as well. You see here, we have the results that came up. You can, of course, go ahead and vibrate those results, and then you can pick the duration as well. Similar to similar to the old app as well. But then you can also, from the information section, you can also pick information on each of the different chakras. So you can pick details, and then it'll tell you, you can click on the interpretation as well too. So, there's just, again, every single area has been improved in this new app. And then again, there's still certainly room for new features to be added in the future, and additional updates to be made. So that's why please utilize that feedback feature if you have anything specific that you would like to see. But Ken, I'm going to stop sharing this screen now. I'm going to connect to my phone here, and then we'll kind of actually go through the app itself just for the last 10 or so minutes of the call. But anything to add while I'm getting this set up here?
No, like Jake said, you're not going to break it. So click everything. This is I believe that experience is the best teacher. And when we experience something, we're writing it better into our brains instead of just maybe, like, in fact, even just being here on this call. I'm seeing some of you guys are doing things with your phones, your apps in real time, which is also solidifying what you're learning into your mind a lot better. So it's really good to actually click on things, find out what it does, and then later on you're able to remember it better and reproduce it. So there is so many of these things. They don't, like Jake said, also remember the three little dots do give you an indicator that that's a menu, right? That there's an expansion right there, and you click on those and more information's in the background. But some of them, it's just the icon, right? Just the little symbol that you click on, and then more information pops up from that. So go click happy. I mean, you're not going to break it.
Yeah. It's going to take, that's why we can't cover everything, a deep dive into every single module, every single feature on one call. So that's why we're giving an overview kind of everything here. But you see here, I'm now in the new Analylse app. This is the main screen when you first log in, after you set up yourself, and you'll see one of the things to note. You'll see in the top right, there's actually there's a Bluetooth symbol, and it's got a red circle around it. That means that you're not connected to your Healy device right now. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click on that top right, and then see it says, please connect to your Healy device. Okay, I'm going to click connect. Just shut it off from my other program here, but make sure your Healy device is on, then click next. See, to me, it's amazing how fast it finds the device in this new app versus the old one. That's one of the great features as well. But I'm going to go ahead and connect here. This takes a couple seconds. See, connected, and then you'll notice now. Okay, so actually, while we're here, it says connected, but you notice there's a battery indicator. This question came up on our Tech Tip Tuesday call this week, but you see there's no longer a percentage listed for the battery. It's all color indicated now. So after you use your battery for a period of time, it's then going to move down to yellow. It'll display as yellow, and then it's as it goes from there. But this is one of those things where the battery indicator has never been. It's not an exact. It's always been sort of like an estimate or a guess as far as using that algorithm to kind of see where the battery might be. And some of the results in the past may have been a little bit misleading as far as what the actual battery life left might have been. So now this is going to be sort of more of a standard indicated by color when you need to recharge, at least for this first part of the launch here. So.
And remember that the color coding, green, yellow, red, those are just sections of the battery usage. So it's still, there's no probe or anything connected between the Healy hardware device and the app to show an actual battery strength. So it's just an algorithm, as Jake said, and it's kind of giving a feedback.
Yeah. We're trying to, we're following up with the product development team to see if there's any like specific guideline as far as, okay, when it turns to yellow, what does that mean as far as approximate percentage, that kind of thing. So we'll provide more information if we get some more, but for now, just realize that it's not a mistake that the percentage is gone. It's going to be indicated by color. And you'll see, yesterday, my battery turned to yellow because I used my Healy a lot yesterday. But if we go back here, you'll see now in the top right that it's now green. So that icon there around the Bluetooth symbol is now green. That means that I'm connected there too. And then, of course, if we go to clients here, same thing that we showed on the screenshots there. You can go to clients. You can click on the client. You can change their profile, record their vibration again, and then you can view their history as well within there. And then, as I mentioned, you can go from week to week. There was nothing last week for Charlie over here, but if you click on the words this week, you'll see it pulls up this little wheel here. And that's, of course, something that you can just scroll through. No one would have, since all lists are brand new into this new app, you're not going to have data really too much into the past, but just know that you can do that if you're searching for a specific day there. And then also, if you go back to your client, say the history, someone mentioned the PDF earlier. This is coaching analysis here. Again, it's kind of mentioned just before here, the three dots at the top right, if you click on that, you can do show wheel, you can do export PDF, you can do info, info that's the present and desired states, but you can do export PDF, and it's going to create this PDF here. And you say, okay, great, there's that different coaching wheel there. And then this part probably depends on the device you're using, but on my iPhone, the top right, at the very top of the screen, if I click that arrow, it's going to ask me to print, or it's going to ask me to save my file. So very easy to save the files, or you can go and email this to somebody, that kind of thing as well. So again, great feature there for sure. And yeah, so that's the coaching wheel there. One part here, I want to highlight something back in the settings, as we showed earlier, for account. So if you were to go to account, you can go to account, log out, which would then allow you to go back into demo mode. My Healy is what we showed earlier. It's going to just, I actually had disconnected because I didn't do anything in the app. So let me see. Yep, still on there. Next. Connect again real quick. Yeah, I just want to show you a couple more things. I know we only have a few minutes left, and I don't want to keep everybody too long. So now I'm connected again right here. From there, you see that you can connect to another device if you would want to. You can change the language settings, advanced settings. This is what we showed earlier. You can change this number here to anything that you would like. And then you can toggle these on and off, whatever you want to do as far as the advanced settings go. And then the manual, as I mentioned, it'll pull it up right inside the app itself. It's great to have it download, an actual PDF downloaded too on something else, because it's a little bit easier to look at on your computer. But you can go through this, you can zoom in and all the different areas and kind of see all the different features. So yeah, that part's pretty self-explanatory. Again, the send feedback, let's go to this. For the subject, you can pick problem map, problem Healy, idea, general feedback, or other. But very easy to pick that topic and go ahead and submit that feedback within there. Then you can see the app version all the way down at the bottom there, the most current one that we have. And let's see here. Oh, there's the info center, of course. You can link directly to the Healy Academy from the section. There's a download section too. The download section is probably better to use from within Academy or within back office. But there is a link to get there. There's a link to the help center, so you can go directly to the help center and from there submit a support ticket if you would need to. And then there's a news section there as well. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else to highlight here while we have this. So
there was a
couple of things.
question.
I know there's yeah,
There was a
go ahead.
question in the chat, Jake, about the two different resonances right there. One is the Healy resonance and the other is the Healy resonance. So you're doing a scan on either through the Healy or through the
Yeah, let's do so. Yeah, I'm going to click the top one here. And it says, yeah, see, these are all the Healy programs that you would find in the Healy Pink Dot app, that kind of thing. So you can pick those. Again, you can also still pick all Healy programs from within there, but these are, the Healy programs. You see the Atmosphere Classic, Migrating, and the Water Activation. You can scan from within here. And then it'll help you guide you as far as what program you might want to run in the Healy itself too. So, and yeah, so this is, actually one thing I wanted to show as far as, there was the question of editing things or adding. So if we go to say these results here, say I want to edit an entry. There was, Colette did a great training on adding, vibrations for certain things or editing entries and that kind of thing. So yeah, you can go anything in here. You can go and you can edit the present state, the desired state. You can change the relevance, the intensity, and you can change any of these things here. And then you can also add, where it says add symbol, you can take an image, you can add an image to it, or you can upload it from your existing gallery, or you can record the vibration for this particular section there too. So you can do that with the edit. You can save if you would want to save it, or you can also add a brand new entry as well. It has the same options available there too. Again, for most people, for those of us on this call that are Healy beginners, not Healy beyond, we might stick with just the results that are there. But there is the option to customize as well. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this. So there's a lot of information. We're just getting started here with this new Analylse 2 app. This call will be available on our recording of this call will be available on our Healy World Americas YouTube channel at HealyAmericas.com. It'll be up there by tomorrow afternoon. I'll put the link into the chat here. Oh, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, so we'll have this up there by tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have it all indexed as well. So the different sections that we talked about, you can kind of just jump right to those individual sections as well and review. And all the screenshots were there of all the presentation that we went through. You can kind of review, you can compare to what you see on your screen, that kind of thing. And we're brand new again to this Analylse app. There's a lot for us to learn and lots for us to share as we go along. We're looking forward to doing additional trainings as we go here later this month and throughout the rest of this year to help make sure everybody can make the most out of this app, because it is so powerful. So we'll focus a little bit in more detail on some of the other sections going forward, but you can always come back to this one as an overview of everything. And as new features are released or we make changes, that kind of thing, we'll certainly do some of these calls. And if this particular, the next Healy for Beginners and Beyond, we're going to do on August 24th. So that will be the next one, Thursday, August 24th at 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But also, so if you have any questions though, in the meantime, that's not for another 3 weeks. Join us on Tech Tip Tuesday. We typically do that call every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You join that call by going to HealyTTT.com. And then Ken hosting that call and helping out. We always have somebody from our tech support team helping out in the chat on that call as well. And any little questions that come up, bring them to Tech Tip Tuesday, and we'll try to get them answered for you. And if we can't get an answer for you, we'll make a note of it, and we'll follow up, and we'll get it answered by the next week. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ken, for your help. Always appreciate the assistance. And thank you, Anthony, for helping out in the chat on today's call. And yeah, thank you, everybody, and enjoy the new Analylse app.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, everyone.